Day all, and compliments of the season to you. I'm just going to pick up from where we left before regarding you getting a visa for your Thai wife stroke girlfriend um, in South Africa. This may be different in varieties of countries, but this has been my undertaking, uh, bringing my girlfriend from Thailand to South Africa to get married. So we're going to go through the list once again of the what you have to do, and just once again, just remember that this may differ from country to country. Okay, so with that said and done, you need patience, you need time, energy, and you need money. Okay, so yeah, nothing really new with regards to Thailand. So I've got a list here which I've drawn up, and we'll go right from the beginning. So it'll be a recap of our last vlog, and yeah, it'll take us down to where we are right now, as I've just recently been to the lawyer who I'm dealing with to give more documentation to apply for the spousal visa. Okay, so excuse me while I read my list, as obviously it's been 5 months since arriving, and yeah, there's a few pointers you have to remember so you don't make a very, very expensive mistake. Okay, and that is when you do apply, first of all, your fiance stroke girlfriend, when she's in Thailand, will have to get two things sorted out. Three things. She needs a police clearance certificate. She will need a certificate to say she's not been married or not married. It's called a letter of non-impediment. Okay. Now those items also need to be translated into English or to the language, I guess, in your country, which, yeah, in mine is English, number one. So when you've done that, you, depending on how long you take, you have to realize two things. There's a time limit, how long these things are valid for, and the police clearance certificate is valid for 6 months, whereas the non-impediment certificate letter is valid for three. So you need to get your, your priorities straight. My girlfriend at the time got hers prior to me going to Thailand to pick her up. We spent a month in Thailand together before coming back to South Africa. So that was 1 month into the time frame, which could be a good or bad thing depending. As well as that, she didn't do it exactly before I went. So yeah, it was a couple of weeks before I went to Thailand, plus 1 month. Okay, and then you come home and you have to hit the ground running. As much as may not want to, you have to. So what you need to do, as I say, is bring the non-impediment letter, the police clearance certificate, okay, and then you need to go to the Home Affairs office if you stay in South Africa. Okay, now I applied in Cape Town. Okay, so you need to book the interview, okay, and have these documents at ready. You also need to have copies of your ID, her ID, your passports, and not forget to take a copy of the visa stamp when she arrived in. So you need to take a copy of her passport visa stamp on arrival. Okay, that's also important. And yeah, then your copies you have made of everything, have them all stamped at your local police station, okay, to verify they real. So make sure you make copies of everything, even 2 or 3 of everything, just for peace of mind, and then have them, as I say, stamped at your local police station. It's a free service, so yeah, don't worry about that. That's the one thing you don't have to pay for. So once you've done all that, you then have to go back and apply for a 90-day visa, okay, an extension. So you get 3 months extension on top of the months you get on arrival as a tourist on your passport. Okay, so that would be 4 months basically. you then need to get bank statements for yourself, not your girlfriend, which are 3 months old. When I say 3 months old, you need bank statements to be of 3 months. Okay. Then you need your passport stamps and visa. And then if you are in South Africa, we deal with a company called VFS, which is a courier company, which deals with all the, documentation. You can do this on your own, or you can do it as I have with a lawyer, which obviously is going to incur costs. Should you decide to go the lawyer route, I can give you my lawyer's details. Only if you are going to decide to go that route. I don't want to mess my lawyer around with people iffing and ahhing. Okay, because he's a busy man and he gets the job done, and he knows people because this is his line of work. So, you pay the money and you're dealing with somebody who knows everybody, and job done. Okay, so once all that's done, you have to book the interview. And when you finish booking, you have to also book in the same building as the Home Affairs I went to for your wedding, your marriage at Home Affairs. So you get a date as well for that at the same time. And you can't choose the date. They give you a date. If you don't like it, I guess you can choose later another one. But just go with what they give you. If you do what I've done and you go to the Home Affairs in Cape Town, it's all in one building. So it just makes life easier, if that makes any sense. Okay, next. Now, this is a big next, okay? Because, when I say next, you also need to apply for an antenuptial contract, okay, for your marriage. This has to be given now at the stage where I'm at now, okay? And that stage is for the spousal visa. So, with the spousal visa, your girlfriend, okay, which by now is married to you, okay, because you went to the date of the marriage, which they gave you, which could be a month, could be weeks, could be a week and a month and a half from the date you ask. Okay, this is why you have to be mindful of those limitations for the non-impediment letter which your girlfriend got back in Thailand and the police clearance certificate. If those dates don't concur, you're going to end up going back to Thailand. So as long as you're in the system, and that's what I was told when I went to Home Affairs, it might be that your non-impediment letter is about to expire, but if you go and it's in the system, they're not worried. Okay, but the police clearance is a big thing. If that is expired, you're going back to Thailand, and you have to do it all over again. That is the way it goes. Right, so you've got now your wedding is done. You gave all the information to her. You gave the letter of non-impediment, which, by the way, I never had. I couldn't find it. And you need that to get married. The good thing is, it was, as I say, at Home Affairs, and the lady went upstairs to the office where the guy did the interview, and he never gave it me back. He kept it. So luckily, I had that. She went to go get it for me. So yeah, make sure you go to one building and get everything done in the same place. Okay. So yeah, I had the rings done. Had the you need 2 witnesses to get married. Okay. You can have one, the lawyer as one, and a friend or family member, or somebody waiting to be married after you. So if you don't have family or friends, find one quickly. Okay, you do need to have 2 witnesses. Okay, and just make sure you just take every document you got, just in case. File everything, one big brown envelope, keep it. And also, another thing, also have your photos done, at least 4 each. Okay, passport photos, you need 2 each for the marriage, wedding, ceremony, the formalities. at the Home Affairs. As I said, I've gone the Home Affairs route. I didn't do the church and all that, pomp and ceremony. I can always do that at a later stage because, you need to just get this sorted out. And as a matter of fact, I think you do. I've never inquired, but I think you do need to go to Home Affairs to get married. But anyways, it might be called a registry office where you are in your country. I don't know. But it's a formality that needs to be undertaken. And you exchange your vows. There's not even an exchange of vows. You just say yes. And you have a kiss. And you have a picture with the flag. And that's about it. All done. So it's just like, doesn't even feel like you've been married until you put a ring on, Anyways, enough about that. So you now are applying for the spousal visa. Okay. Now, the 90-day visa prior to that, which you have been given eventually, because you can wait a long time for that, by the way. When you get your 90-day visa, which you have to go back and get put into your passport, at least your wife's passport, you can apply for the spousal visa, okay? And the 90-day visa extension is 1,500 Rand, okay? Right. Lawyer's fees, I'm not going to go into that. It might be different from day to day or lawyer to lawyer. So, yeah. The spousal visa, which I keep refraining from discussing, is why I'm here. Right, so let's try this again. Spousal visa, what you need. Okay, you have your 90-day visa, so you can apply. Okay, so you need your antenuptial contract from your stroke lawyer or wherever you get it from. I got mine online. I can give you those details. The lady is in Johannesburg area, and she did a Zoom stroke computer screen interview with me and my girlfriend at the time, and we paid about 1,400 Rand roughly, and then we paid 200 Rand to Cape Town for the courier for the contract. It came to about 1,800 because I had it couried twice because I was waiting and I needed the stuff like ASAP. So they sent me a copy, and then they sent me the original. So look from anything from 15 to 1,800 Rand, including courier. I was given by a notary, by a lawyer, a fee of 3.5 grand, which I decided not to do because there's so many costs involved. So you need to, if you want to incur costs and just pay ad lib, you're welcome to do everything one time with a lawyer, or you can do the route I did. Anyway, so next thing is, okay, you need as I said, the antenuptial contract, and then you need to take your wife to the hospital for x-rays for her chest to make sure she's not got TB. Okay, that's another fee, roughly 1,000 Rand. Then you need to go to the doctor, which you do first before the x-ray, because he sends you there. He does an exam, of which was like 5 minutes. My doctor's fees are probably about 500 to 700 Rand, depending. Okay, on that 5 minutes test exam, and of which he stamps, signs, and then you take later to this to your lawyer. So you need an antenuptial contract, you need an X-ray, and a doctor's exam. Right, and then your lawyer will do a police clearance certificate for you, or if you're not doing the lawyer route, you're going to have to do this all yourself. Then you need again to prove that you're going to be, supporting her in terms of finance. So you need to again give the latest 3 months bank statements of yours. Now, you're going to apply either for a visa for 2 years or for 3. To apply for 3, that would mean that you're applying a visa that she would be working. Okay. So therefore, you need a letter from her employer offering her a position at her place to work, or his. Then you're going to need the ID of that said person that's going to be employing your wife. Okay. Then when you've done all this, you pay a fee again to this courier company called VFS in Cape Town. They're in Long Street, number 2, the building. And that fee, once again, is 1,500 Rand stroke 1,550, around there. Okay. And then the lawyer will do a police clearance certificate, which will be 185 Rand. It's about 1,700 to 1,800 Rand so far for this process. And then you've got the lawyer's costs you incur later. Okay. So as it stands at the moment, we've applied, we've given all the documents to the lawyer, and now we wait for our turn to go to the VFS offices and hand over all the documentation, do the necessary, whatever it may be. I'm not sure. I've never done this before, so I'll update you again when this happens. But yeah, up to now, we are now waiting to, our appointments, and you have to have an appointment. You can't just rock up, okay, at VFS. And this place is very full, very busy all the time with hundreds of applications. So, although I'm paying the lawyer, and I can do it myself, I've taken I've basically scratched an itch, which I'm not prepared, to, do myself. That makes any sense. And I was told also, depending, you can do a walk-in if you are in a position where your police clearance certificate might be sort of, expired like tomorrow kind of thing. Because who you're dealing with will know the manager of the courier company, etc. So it can be a positive using somebody, who knows their way around the system daily. So if you're prepared to pay a few grand, I would suggest that could be a better option if you want to take the faff out of this process. So you also need to draw up one more thing, a letter from yourself saying that you're going to be supporting your wife as well. That's one more thing. But like I said, the lawyer is entertaining all this for me and drawing up all the necessary. So, anyways, you're more than welcome to private message me for any information regarding this subject. Today is is it the 11th today? I think it's the 11th of January, 2023. Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe we're in 2023. And I can't believe also, digressing from this information, that we're going to be approaching times of COVID again, apparently. So that might have an issue for you regarding getting married, because government offices close, planes stop flying, you have extra limitations getting in and out your countries. If you have any ideas of getting married, I suggest you get onto it soon. You never know the future with regards to these, outbreaks and viruses and etc., and everything else that life throws at us. So don't listen to all the nonsense you see on Facebook. If you are marrying a Thai girl, don't be stupid. But know what you're doing, and make sure you find your wife in a proper place from Thailand. If that makes sense. If you don't, you might incur problems. Anyway, nothing's perfect. Nothing ever is. Nothing ever will be. But here's to you in your success regarding this issue. And I will update again when we know more. Hopefully, we'll have a spousal visa next time and show you and tell you more. Anyways, thanks for your support. Dare I say, share, like, subscribe. I don't want to be one of those guys, but yeah, it'd be great to have more in terms of people watching. Then at least I know someone's interested. Cheers, guys. All the best.